Hi, my name is Kylie Dowden, and this is my story of a lifelong learner. I was born in Redlands, California, but then I grew up for the first 15 years of my life in Murrieta, California. I went to Lisa J. Mailed Elementary, Dorothy McElhaney Middle School. I started at Vista Murrieta High School before I moved my sophomore year to Shadow Ridge in Surprise, Arizona. I grew up around animals. I've had dogs, lizards. We love the outdoors. I love to go fishing. As a kid, I loved to go to the zoo. And I grew up a lot around the ocean. My dad and I would often go snorkeling to go look at all the sea life. The biggest impact I think I had in my life was when I moved to Surprise, Arizona from California, my sophomore year in high school. This was really hard for me because I didn't know anyone, and I was really stressed out that I wouldn't find friends. But after I moved, I realized that it was kind of nice to have a fresh start. This is my high school softball team. They were always there for me when I first moved. It was kind of the first family that I made besides my own. And then after that, my junior year, I joined a club team and I traveled to the United States to go play ball. I went to California in this picture. This picture's in Kansas. We went to a top 10 tournament in the United States, and this was in Colorado for the Colorado Sparkler. I grew up doing jiu-jitsu and taekwondo. I was a black belt in taekwondo. I did taekwondo for the first 10 years of my life and then moved to jiu-jitsu. So some impactful learning moments that I've had was when I first joined this volunteer program called Silver Lining Riding, where it helped disabled kids that needed help socially, physically, mentally ride horses, and the horses gave them benefits physically, mentally, and it gave them confidence in themselves. This is me. This is my student, Nora. I then moved on to help training their horses. And after a little bit, I helped a barrel racer. And then I began to barrel race. This is me barrel racing. This is my dog with a horse. This is me training a horse. And this is me training a wild Mustang. Through all this, especially from the Silver Lining program, I realized that I should be grateful for a lot of things in life. And it really gave me a different outlook on how different people live versus how I live. So where am I now? I'm currently 18 years old. I attend the University of Arizona as a freshman, majoring in animal sciences with an emphasis in pre-professional. I have made a lot of connections to the U of A, whether it was volunteer work, jobs. In this picture and this picture, this is at the Campus Animal Research Center, where I volunteer in the mornings to help with their research, ultrasounding, giving injections. This picture is at my job at Almirall. I work for the university's equine center. And this is my professor, Sam Garcia. He's my animal science professor, and I've made a lot of connections through him, and I'm trying to get a job at his brand new meat store. This is my second job out in Show Low as I work as a wrangler for people on trail rides. This has really shaped my pursuits for my academics. I went into my senior year thinking I was going to be an engineer, and that completely flipped when I started getting into horses. When I first moved to Arizona, I realized that physics and engineering wasn't for me, and January my senior year I flipped to animal sciences and I wanted to be a vet, and that was kind of it. I really enjoyed being around the animals, and I really like the doctorate side of helping animals and being able to medicate and treat them. Some strengths that I have emerged was making connections. I've made a ton of connections, and I've had job opportunities based on these connections, and I believe I'll really grow from these. The disciplinary perspective that I think most shapes the way I think is communicating effectively. I tend to communicate very professionally, effectively, and this tends to work in my favor because I earn connections and I can earn people's trust and empathy. And I think that's just a really good thing to have in the professional and personal world. So where do I see myself going? In 5 years, I really hope to be at Colorado State University or Texas A&M University for their vet school. After that, I hope to specialize in equine reproduction at CSU's reproduction lab. They have a state-of-the-art brand new reproduction lab, and I find this really inspiring. I would love to go here for my specialization after my 4 years of undergrad and 4 years of postgrad. These are two horses that I've seen while shadowing, and I thought I would add these in here to just show that I have started getting experience in this field, and it's something that I really enjoy. Some milestones or immediate goals that I would love to have is to have a 4.0. My first semester so far, I believe I'm going to finish with a 4.0, which is really great. Possible careers for me would be an equine veterinarian with a specialization in reproduction. Apart from my academic learning, I would love to go into rodeo. I would love to learn rodeo. I did have my first rodeo a couple weekends ago, and I really love that and enjoy that. And it really takes stress off my back and just lets me forget about the real world for the day. I would love to do more training. I love training the wild Mustangs that I have. And when I grow up, I would love to have a ranch. So that was my story of a lifelong learner. Thank you for listening. And these are my citations for the pictures.